games left in the regular season. What kind of development would you like to see out of Dylan and the rest of this regular season?
I'd like to see him keep pushing on the same track that he's on. Every week he's trying to get better and better and better. He's done a great job taking care of the football, keeping us in ball games like that. That's the number one thing a quarterback can do. They take care of the football, they protect it, they protect the team. That's what it's been the most beneficial thing for us so far this year. He's got all those numbers, he's got all those big passing yards, all that type of stuff. But his ability to function within the offense and take care of the football is by far the best thing he's done. That's what I'd love to see continue moving forward.
Coach, when you and Dylan met during the bye week, what did you guys really want to work on during this time off? Anything you needed to fix or hone, tune up going into these last 3 games?
The main thing is just making sure that when we come back the following week for the actual game week is that he's feeling as good as possible. So he just lived in that training room. He was in there multiple times a day, just making sure his body felt perfect. So when he took the field this week, there was, nothing holding him back at all. And he's been great all season with all that. He's taking good care of himself. We're just going to keep digging into his fundamentals, keep digging in, making sure his motion staying as tight as possible, his body is working together. Stuff like that tends to fall off as you go through a season and you start focusing more on game plans and mechanics and fundamentals. So you just kind of dive back into that, treat it a little bit like a spring ball where you can really focus on the individual mechanics of each individual throw.
Coach, I know obviously the focus is on winning the games and with game flow and everything, but are you hoping there's an opportunity for maybe these last 3 for some other quarterbacks to get some meaningful reps? I guess we really haven't seen much in terms of Quadri. I don't know if McKinsey's ready to play or Parker. Are you hoping maybe there's some opportunities that arise for some quarterbacks other than Dylan to maybe get some playing time at the end of the game?
Absolutely. You'd love to be in a position to be able to do that. One, that means you've taken care of your job that day. But those guys have earned the right. They practice well, they study well, they prepare well, and they've earned the right that if the opportunity presents itself, we trust them to stick them out on the field.
Joey, you've been around Dylan now for almost a year and a half. Is there ever a moment where he does something that still impresses you, maybe? I mean, because of his abilities? Yes.
In the short answer, yes. But no, his ability to create, he's an accurate passer. We all know that. We all see it. But his ability to create, even in practice, he did it today when we were doing our drives at the end of practice where pocket breaks down, he's out. And the places he can put a football on a run and from funky arm angles are impressive. It's not a thing that you really work on in drills, you coach up. It's something that people have in them that they can create off schedule. And that's still to me his most impressive feature.
Joey, on that note, how often do you find yourself saying, man, he's only in year 2 of college football? And more on the second year, what's the biggest thing you would say from a quarterback's coach perspective from year 1 to year 2, through most of year 2, what he's improved upon from year 1 to year 2?
His understanding of what the other team is trying to do. He understands that we get a lot of unscouted looks. We get people throwing different types of stuff at us because of the way we play. And the year 1 to year 2 difference is now when he gets something new from somebody, it doesn't throw him. He's just like, okay, I might not know exactly what it is, but I know where the bodies are. And then we can get on the phone and talk, and he can say, okay, this is what they're doing. Okay, boom, this is how we're going to attack it. And he doesn't get that freshman, oh no, this isn't what I looked at on film. Now he's just like, okay, this is what they're doing today. Cool. This is how we're going to attack it. Let's go. Right back on the field. That's the biggest change is in his mindset.
Coach, kind of forwarding that to this week, what do you expect to see from Temple's defense, or really what do you have to consider that they might throw at you that you maybe haven't seen yet?
We always consider that people can throw something completely different at us that we haven't seen. They do a good job mixing their coverages. They go single high, 2 high, cloud sides, cover 4, cover 3, cover 1. They mix their coverages in general. So we're expecting to get a pretty healthy mix out of these guys. Our eye discipline is going to have to be good. Our tempo is going to have to be good. And we can try to force them to be as vanilla as possible. But the way they play is they like to mix it up. They like to change coverages. They like to change fitters. That's how they're structured. So we anticipate them bumping that up, accelerating that against us.
Coach, the early signing period for recruiting is really just about a month away. I know coming off a bye week, if this would have been, any other year, I'm sure maybe you would have gone on the road and done some things like that. But how is it different? And I guess, are you finding time every day to always, juggle recruiting with your other responsibilities?
Absolutely, it's different. Yeah, the 2 bye weeks we've had would have been great recruiting times for us, but unfortunately, it's the way it is this year. Not going to get to do that. The main difference is having to trust what we see on tape. Tape eval is huge. It's always huge, but the tape eval is what gets you to go see somebody in person. Okay, yes, he is this tall, he is this fast, he does have this kind of arm strength. Not getting to do that this year. So that's the difference of building those relationships over the phone, which you'd love to do in person, but you don't get to. So it's different, but it's still something that's the lifeblood of college football. So every day you dedicate yourself to it. You just got to find different ways to do it now. It's not as personal as you would like it to be, but it is what it is at this time of the year because no one's getting to do the personal stuff.
Joey, along those lines, it doesn't look like the NCAA is going to allow, at home or even, on campus visits until maybe April, they're saying, I think. What, when you're talking to kids, what's been their reaction to you? I mean, are they desperate to want to be with you guys, on campus and to visit, or is it just they understand this is just what it is?
I think it's a combination of both. They understand that we aren't having them on here. It'd be one thing if it was different parts of the country having different rules, but it's all of us. Nobody's getting to go see anybody. So I think the main thing you're getting from a lot of the younger kids is they're just bummed. They're missing out on a lot of the fun part of being a recruited high school athlete where you go on official visits, you go to 6 or 7 ball games in a year, and you get to stand on the sideline and see the crowd, the game day experience. It's really just how does over Zoom and FaceTime and phone calls, how am I building this relationship? That's really all they have to go to. And it's a bummer for them because it's a fun experience that a lot of kids get to do. It's a special experience that these guys are just unfortunately missing out on. Hopefully the next class gets to be able to do it.
Coach, I know Trey Nixon put it out there that he's kind of returned to the practice field as of last week. How is he looking out there returning to action?
Fast. Yeah, Trey looks really fast. He looks really good running around, hoping we can see him again at some point. Not going to do anything foolish for the guy. Obviously he wants to be out there, but it's our job to make sure that he's in a position where he's safe when he's out there as well. But no, it's good to see him. His energy that he always has back on the practice field it's great to have him back around.
You guys are on a record-setting pace. It looks like offensively. Are there ever moments, even as coaches, you guys sometimes sit back and think, "Man, this is unbelievable. What kind of pace you guys have been on?"
In a sense, yeah. It's not as much like patting ourselves on the back or anything like that. It's just we understand what we have at our skill set positions and our front five, and we know our job is to put them in position to be successful. It's like we don't have to overthink things. We don't have to try to complicate these things and do too much. It's how do we put our guys in position to be successful, get the balls in their hand and let them be special, which is what they are. That's why this offense is clipping along like it is, because we got a special group of young men that take the field for us every Saturday.
All right, Coach, thank you. We'll wrap up there. Thanks, everybody, for being on, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.